Hi, my name's Lindsay Hopkins. I'm a humanitarian by heart. It's always been in my blood. I feel very strongly about the planet and the environment. So my initiatives involve plastic pollution and community cleanups, beach cleanups, river cleanups, working within the communities to instill pride and dignity by helping them with sustainable and incentivised programs. I run KZN operations for SA Harvest. We're a national food rescue organisation, so our mission is to reduce or eliminate food waste that would otherwise go to landfill, and this is fit for human consumption food. We've got about 10 million tonnes that go to landfill and they can go to communities in need. We've got a refrigerated fleet that's out on the road, so we can collect food waste that is sitting at farm level, retail level, manufacturing level, and we get it into our trucks and then we disperse it and redistribute it out into the communities. I feel that my strengths I can provide in the communities is upliftment, community upliftment, just changing mindsets and thought processes around how people perceive themselves and where they are living. I can often relate them to other local communities, either whether it's in KZN, South Africa or globally, and just show them that it's not them sitting stuck in a rut, and show them how to break out of that and have some dreams and aspirations, and show them other successful people who have come from marginalised backgrounds. I enjoy working in the corporate environment as well. We find a lot of people don't appreciate what's happening on the ground level, and just trying to bridge that gap. So whether it's showing people from the rural or outlying areas and bringing them closer to corporates and people that don't necessarily get access to those environments and communities, whether it's through mentorship programs or community drives, we get the guys on the ground and engaging with each other. Growing up as a family, we never had much money, and I think that was my original drive. It was always trying to recycle or create clothing or make clothing, and then it very quickly went into food waste. Anything that was inefficient or ineffective just really bothered me. So I've always had a look at how I could re-grow food at home. And that just followed me through going through Europe. There was so much waste and so much inefficiencies, even at the corporate level. It bothered me. So I suppose I then started giving back into the communities, whether it was helping troubled youths and writing CVs in lunch hours, or reading books to the young kids that were close by in the creches. I lived in Vietnam for a number of years, and from there I just saw the inhumane ways that people dealt with animals, and I got involved in rescuing dogs from meat trade and cats and all sorts of things. And then coming back to South Africa, I got heavily involved in the pollution space. So my drive has always been compassion, humanity, and just trying to save the environment and the planet, because I do feel that we are on borrowed time. Challenges that I have faced in my line of work, or just who I am as a person, is dealing with possibly childhood or young adult guilt or shame, or things that have taken place in life that you don't deal with emotionally. And just showing that when you show a vulnerable side to people, it actually opens them up more and allows them to feel safe and comfortable. Speaking especially from a female's point of view, whether you're a wife or a mother or a daughter, we often find that there's so much expectations built up that you don't have a chance to just say, I'm actually not okay. And I know everybody experiences and feels this, but we don't talk about it enough. So when I go, whether I'm in the communities or up at corporate level, I definitely show the real side to who I am, just to try and break through and try and get people to drop their guard and actually talk freely about what it is they are thinking or want to say. I feel everybody is very led in a corporate and self-motivated books that we're reading, rather than leading with humanity and just being normal and natural. And I think if you open up and talk about the way you are thinking and feeling, it allows the other person to. And in the environment and the areas that I work in, especially in communities, people have a set idea of who you are and us of the rural communities, for example. Future goals for me are, I would love to leave a legacy which is all based around mentorship and leadership, and just the youth. And by youth, I don't mean necessarily the youngsters, I just mean anybody who's fresh and new into this environment. I really want to be able to teach as many people about the environment, about the planet, and also leading with humanity. I need people to stop trying to fit a mold and just be free and just be open to more emotional feelings led by that rather than lead by the heart and not necessarily the head all the time. And I really hope to train up and grow and develop the environment that I've created, and just honestly see a huge change in the way that we look after the planet and the environment. And that's just made by small steps, just being more considerate to and making responsible choices in the way we do things or eat or buy items and in our lives. Yeah. The advice I would give to young females is to hold your head up high, keep your shoulders held back. Honestly, if you've got any concerns or questions, you really need to open your mouth and just say it in a nice, pleasant way, and just say, please, we talk, can we have a conversation? Or ask for advice, go to networking events, if you're interested in communities and cleanups, go to those beach cleanups, start to meet people and network, and just create a database of people, collaborative partners, and bring people together. And have people bounce off you and you bounce off them. For me, creating an inclusive space where people are free to just be open and chat, it creates a lot of inspiration and motivation for each other, especially around ladies. I don't think females tell each other enough that they are beautiful and they're lovely naturally, rather than this whole competing thing and worrying about what other people are thinking and saying. We're rather worrying if you're happy within yourself, and then you can manage how the rest of the world is. But I do think that we need to start looking from within and just loving ourselves for every single flaw or endearing feature that we have. I feel the differences I've been able to make in business is coming to the community when I go into the communities and having a look about inefficiencies or something that's not effective, and just coming up with solutions that are sustainable and can incentivize communities to get involved. Perhaps it's to do with food insecurity, then showing them possibly getting out some training and development on soil rejuvenation and seedlings and crop rotations. And then if they are in an environment where it's full of pollution, which is everywhere, there's money to be made in recycling and just building up those systems and those networks to make the environment a better place to be. We often come across people who have got enjoy clothing or fashion or reading, and there's so much waste in books get thrown away all day, and creating little libraries and schools for that, or if it's in fashion, getting clothes that people are throwing out, and we've created little schools where we teach ladies to knit or to sew and create their own fashion.